Defined contribution plans have found favor with employers over the last several years as an alternative to defined benefit plans. Let's take a look at defined contribution plans. Defined contribution plans are a plan which the employer specifies where money will be deposited and often gives the employee the power to decide how much money will be invested, with the retirement income being a function of how well the money put into the plan was invested. Under a defined contribution plan, the amount of retirement income is a function of how well the money put into the plan is invested. The employer specifies where the money is to be deposited, sometimes providing several options of places, and often gives employees the power to decide how that money is invested within a place. A 401k plan, named after the section of the IRS code that permits these types of plans, allows employees to defer receiving some of their compensation until retirement. The money contributed by the employee is taken out of the person's payroll check, pre-tax, and it accumulates tax-free until the person retires. Only when a person begins withdrawing the funds upon retirement is it taxed. There is a dollar limit on how much can be deferred each year, however. In 2016, the limit was $18,000 for traditional 401k plans. And the IRS has a provision that permits employers to include an elective deferral provision for individuals over the age of 50 to make catch-up contributions. A cash balance plan is a type of defined benefit plan that operates like a defined contribution plan because it defines the benefit a person receives upon retirement in terms of a cash payout. What does that mean? The employer credits the participant's account with a pay credit and an interest credit. The pay credit might be a percentage, for instance, 5% of the employee's compensation, whereas the interest credit can either be a fixed or variable rate tied to an index. When it was passed in 2006, the Pension Protection Act, referred to as the PPA, was often called historic and groundbreaking. The legislation resulted in a large part from an increase in the number of firms that were turning their pension plans over to the U.S. Pension Benefits Guaranty Corporation because they could not afford to pay the pensions. The act was designed to strengthen the U.S. pension system. In essence, the PPA tightened rules relative to employer responsibilities for funding pension accounts and for administering and terminating pension funds. The Act requires employers to pay more attention to how they're managing these funds, particularly if they have an underfunded pension plan. It also raises caps so that employers can set aside more money when the economy is doing well to offset the fact that less money goes in during other times.